Hello, you just reached MRN Crew Call, presented by Hercules Tires and Grunt Style Apparel. Your patience is appreciated. Our representatives are working hard to bring you the latest news from the hottest crews on the NASCAR circuit. Thank you for holding. You are now being connected to your hosts, Sammi Jo and Rocko Williams.
I'm king of the world!
Sammy, this is not the Titanic.
But it is somewhere historical.
Oh, do tell.
No, I don't know much. You'll have to tell me the greatness of Darlington Raceway. That's right. We're coming to you from Darlington, new and improved.
Too Tough To Tame Darlington Speedway, AKA the Lady in Black, AKA South Carolina's finest, AKA get your racing stripe here, Darlington Raceway.
I just go with Darlington Raceway. It's much easier for me to remember.
Throwback week.
Rocko, you have had lots of history here.
Yes.
You've won here?
I've won here 2 times that I remember.
And when was that?
Chase Elliott. I remember Chase Elliott in 2004. He was in 6th place and passed 4 cars on the final lap to get that victory. Also won here with Mark Martin during his stint, his 2nd year at Hendrick Motorsports, his 1st year at Hendrick Motorsports, where he won 5 races total that year alone. And within a 4-week stretch, he won 2 races, 1 being here at Darlington. And that was 2009, in the 5 car.
So this past week, guys had some time to take a break, get some vacay.
Absolutely.
How hard is that to bounce back and get back into go mode?
It's not hard at all. You know, these guys are professional athletes. This is what they do. This is how they earn their living. So you do like the break, you know, and they look forward to the break. A lot of the guys took their vacations that were non-stressful vacations, you know. So
some relaxation.
Their feet are kicked up. Most of them are going to the beaches or to the Bahamas, whatever. So there's not much, you know, much involved in that type of vacation. It's a great recharge, and I'm really sure the guys are really looking forward. A lot of these teams have this race circled on their calendar, Sammy. They get to wear their throwback uniforms, they got the throwback paint schemes, and then it's just one of those prestigious trophies you want to win. The Southern 500 is one of those races a lot of the crew members want to win.
Well, they may have not been doing a lot on that end, but they have been doing a ton here at Darlington Raceway, and that is why we're here. We're going to show you all of the updates. And did you know it was STP week?
I didn't know, but tell me more, Sammy.
All right, STP has been for over 50 years making engines run better for longer. STP inside every great machine. We'll be back with more MRN Crew Call from Darlington Raceway right after this.
The Lady in Black.
Chris Crockett here with another member of our Toyota racing family. Reggie, you've taken tailgating to new places. You've converted this school bus into a giant brisket smoker?
It's table stakes, Chris. Oh, you see that? That's my lookout tower, so I can see Kyle Busch taking the lead.
Wow, what's the cage for?
That's for the tailgaters.
Oh yeah, that's a real alligator. NASCAR and Toyota Racing. With a family like this, who knows the places we'll go as things heat up this summer. Learn more at toyotaracing.com. Toyota, let's go places. NASCAR is a registered trademark of the National Association for Stock Car Auto Racing, Inc.
I'm former crew chief and STP auto expert Steve Letarte. Does your engine feel like it's down on power? It could be caused by deposits on fuel injectors, engine valves, and combustion chambers. An easy way to help clean up your fuel system and restore lost power is through the gas tank with STP Ultra 5-in-1 Fuel System Cleaner. One bottle contains 3 times the amount of cleaning agents versus the leading premium gasoline to help keep your engine running strong. STP, inside every great machine.
One bottle contains 3 times by weight the amount of cleaning agents and 35 gallons of the leading premium gasoline.
Grunt Style. The American fighting spirit is in everything we make. We are 500 patriots and veterans strong, bringing clothing manufacturing back to the United States of America. Always moving forward, never retreating, never giving up. We are Grunt Style, and this we'll defend. Get yours at gruntstyle.com or on the track this week at Darlington Raceway.
Welcome back to MRN Crew Call, presented by Hercules Tires and Grunt Style Apparel. I'm Sammi Jo.
And I'm Rocko Williams.
And we are at Darlington Raceway.
Yes, we are, and we're at my favorite part of the racetrack. I mean, I know they've been doing it. Yes, they've been doing a lot of innovations to the seats and for our fans, but you know, I'm a little bit biased to my pit crew members. This is the special part to me, pit road at Darlington.
Well, this is where you spend the most time.
Yes, absolutely, and it's a long race. The Southern 500 at night, 500 miles.
South Carolina heat.
I don't know if it's 500 miles, 500 laps, but it is a long race.
Yeah.
And very competitive race. And back in the day, Sammy, being that it is a throwback, back in the day, we used to do 16, 15 pit stops.
What?
In one race. Before they repaved this surface, Sammy, it was a very abrasive track. So I mean, the cars would
But
do.
they didn't touch the pavement this time.
No.
Just talking to
No.
Kerry, he said it's
it
all
was-
about the fans.
It was repaved a few years ago. You know, I don't remember the exact date, but since that repave, it has made the track way smoother. And
So how many pit stops are you looking at now? If it was like 15, 16, what is it?
8 to 9.
average? 8 to 9. Wow, that's
You know,
significant.
you know, if not a lot of cautions. Every time a caution comes out, you're pitting down.
Okay,
You're
so
coming down pit road.
Let's talk about these garages. They're looking a little.
It doesn't look like the garage.
It looks like a carport.
It does. You
I
know,
have these at my condo. This is where I park my car.
It's so crazy because when all the haulers are not here, when the cars are not here, a lot of race fans, even crew members, we don't see the track in this way.
Yeah.
So it's unrecognizable to some. But at the same time, when the callers roll up in here and the cars are in the lots and the pit boxes are on pit road, it's going to create a very different effect.
What's the benefit of, having walls between the garages or almost a sense of privacy between the drivers?
Well, at most tracks you don't have that, for the simple fact that you want to see what your competition is doing.
Yeah.
So you don't have too many garages that has that separation.
But this one's wide open.
It's wide open, and Sammy, see, it's getting you too. All the garages look like this. It's just normally it's full of people in pit boxes, in cars.
I don't know, it still feels
it's partitioned with big garage boxes, so it's a little bit
feels
different.
like history
It's a little bit different.
happens here.
But they want
Okay, something that's a little different too, because this, let me just step over the wall real quick. This pit box seems massive.
It is, and this is the 1.5 mile track. It's a half mile track, and this raceway is very consistent with the large boxes. You have a lot of room in your pit box when you're doing pit stops, which is going to be a lot of uncontrolled tires. You're going to have your driver who really has to hit his mark. You don't want him oversliding, getting too close to this wall, because it's just going to ruin your day. And when you have large boxes like that, it is a luxury in a way that you have room to work, but at the same time, it can handicap your stop by just making it harder for the driver to hit his marks.
Now, pit position is not always a make or break. How do you feel about that here? I know this is a little different. There's two splits.
It's so hard to, track position is always key here. And the fact that you're doing a lot of pit stops, even though they repaved the track a few years ago and you're not doing as many as you were, it's still, pit road is very important here. And it's such a prestigious race. Everybody wants to win the Southern 500, as they say. It's a very prestigious race. And, you just have a lot of opportunity to be the superhero for your race team. The driver can do all he can on the track, but you have at least 6 opportunities to pick up spots for him.
So the split on pit road, what is that? How is that different?
It's a unique characteristic to this track, where it's split on both ends.
How many cars are in front of the split?
Well, towards turn 1 is split. You have the tunnel right there, and then you have about 10 more pit stalls
so
that way.
So 1 through 10, essentially.
Essentially, give or take a few spots.
Yeah.
And then you have turn 4, you have Victory Lane, and another split, and another 10, give or take a few stalls down there.
I mean, that's a significant split. These aren't tiny things.
It just adds to the personality of the track because you feel like you're on an island. When you're in one of those 1 to 10 or one of those 30 to 40 pit boxes back there, you feel like you're in your own little world, and you got the middle world. Good or bad, I'm a people watcher. I like having the fans there, so I think the more of the meat of the excitement is in the middle of pit road.
Yeah.
But your pole winner is on that split, on that island. We'll call that turn 1 island.
Okay.
And then you have your back of the Packers, or not all the
Back
time.
of the Packers.
On turn 4 island. But one thing that is very consistent with turn 4 island, you always will see a big hog roasting during the race. There's this guy, and these guys, they're camping back there, and they have...
Always? Every time?
Every year I've been here, they're roasting a full hog back there, and you're smelling it during the pit stops. You're trying to get focused, and all you're smelling and thinking of is barbecue.
Of course, which is now making me hungrier. So you've been here several times. What do you think of the renovations?
I like it. I like the fact that they are making it more fan-friendly, that they're providing a way for the fans to enjoy the race. That is very exciting to have this place packed out and sold out on a throwback scheme. And like I said, Sammy, not just the crew the crew just doesn't get excited about it. The fans get excited about it.
Yeah.
The fans like wearing their throwback gear. They like showing off their old hats that they had signed back in the '60s.
Right.
They like dressing up in their old apparel. So it's awesome for them.
Do you have any special outfit plans?
I was thinking about it. I have so many crew. I was thinking about it, but
Are you working this race?
I won't be. I'm coming.
Oh snap! You have freedom.
I'm coming to judge the crew uniforms and see who's looking to
We'll
slaw.
have to create a slaw award.
And since you're coming to the track, so I think, Kerry's trying to get you to the track.
I know, otherwise he's gonna call me out.
We got to get you to help judge that, but the crew is so excited about
So are you
this
going to be,
race.
you're going to be infield?
Yes.
What do you feel about the visibility now with these seats?
Well, with them changing lines, I think you can see more of the racetrack.
Absolutely.
You know, you're not sitting at the bottom and all you see in the cars just zoom by right in
Who's
front of you.
gonna win?
You know, I don't know. I think Jeff Gordon is going to win. Yeah.
I'm gonna co-sign on that.
Jeff Gordon is going to win. You know, for some odd reason, I just think Jeff Gordon is going to. Oh, he's not racing anymore, is he?
So yeah, no, he's racing away from you.
Old habits
We'll be
die
back
hard.
with more MRN Crew Call right after this.
I'm former crew chief and STP auto expert Steve Letarte. Does your engine feel like it's down on power? It could be caused by deposits on fuel injectors, engine valves, and combustion chambers. An easy way to help clean up your fuel system and restore lost power is through the gas tank with STP Ultra 5-in-1 Fuel System Cleaner. One bottle contains 3 times the amount of cleaning agents versus the leading premium gasoline to help keep your engine running strong. STP, inside every great machine.
One bottle contains 3 times by weight the amount of cleaning agents and 35 gallons of the leading premium gasoline.
Kyle Petty here. My friends at Click & Close, the official mortgage provider of NASCAR, have stepped up this year to support Victory Junction through the fastest lap of the race program on NASCAR radio. So join our team. Go to clickandclose.com/NASCAR today to donate $43 or more and help us give the gift of camp to children with serious medical conditions. That's clickandclose.com/NASCAR and just look for the Victory Junction logo. Thanks to Click & Close and NASCAR Radio for their support this season.
Things happen fast in racing, and if you don't know where to look, you can miss it all. With Legend from Racing Electronics, you'll never miss another moment. Legend gives you live fan vision video, in-car cameras, and stats at NASCAR and other Premier Series events. And the next generation race scanner for unfiltered driver and crew audio at any motorsports event nationwide. NASCAR fans have never been closer to the action. Welcome to the future of the fan experience. Learn more by visiting racingelectronics.com.
Welcome back to MRN Crew Call, presented by Hercules Tires and Grunt Style Apparel. We are so honored to be joined by Kerry Tharp, president of Darlington Raceway. Thank you so much for joining us.
Well, it's an honor to be on your show. I appreciate y'all being out here today.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us here. Yep. And the reason we're here is really what we want to get into, because this seems like it's very fan-oriented. These renovations are making the experience so much greater for the fan. Why did you do that?
Well, the fans are first and foremost when it comes to putting on an event like this, and we've got some of the most passionate and loyal fans in all of motorsports here at Darlington. And so, you know, the seats that were here previously were some really antiquated seats. They were, I mean, talking about old. I think Ben-Hur might have raced the Chariots in those seats. And so, you know, we wanted to be able to put in some new seats. We had to change the sight lines up here in Tyler because in the previous seating configuration, the sight lines weren't what they needed to be.
Okay.
So you missed some of the front stretch, the viewing experience. And so we changed the sight lines. We put in the seats with chair backs, cup holders. We changed the seating in Wallace, put in wider grandstand style seating. The same thing we did over at in Colvin. So really, all in all, it's a better seating, a better fan experience for those that will be here at Darlington Labor Day weekend.
Now, I haven't had the pleasure of being at a Darlington race like Rocko has so many times before, but they say that this race is very nostalgic.
Yes.
And with the renovation, you risk losing some of that nostalgia. How did you guys keep that and maintain that?
Well, you know, we look at ourselves, Darlington Raceway, as kind of like the Wrigley Field of NASCAR.
I love it.
And so, you know, we didn't touch the racing service. We certainly continue to build on our throwback platform, which this is now our 4th year. But, you know, you've got to make it better where the fans can sit and enjoy the race. And so that's really what we've done. You know, we've made it better for them when they come on our property to enjoy the race. All of the other components of our race weekend are still intact. The throwback paint schemes, the uniforms, recognizing the different eras of the sport,
which is a big deal,
are all still there.
Yep.
We just felt like if you're going to come over here and spend 4 or 5 days here in Darlington and take up, you know, your time and your resources, you need a better place to sit.
Yep.
So that's what we've done. We call it a better Darlington, and Darlington still has that mystique, still has that character, still has that tradition, and we never want to lose that.
Absolutely. And you touched on the throwback weekend. I mean, that is a big weekend. I feel like Darlington Raceway set the standard for that to happen. It's just taking off. It seems like it gets bigger and bigger every year. More teams are getting involved. Do you have a favorite? What role did you play in that coming to fruition? And do you have a favorite paint scheme?
Well, the throwback concept came about around almost 4 years ago.
Okay.
And so, well, actually 4 years ago probably is when it did come around. And ISC, Darlington, NASCAR all worked together to come up with this idea. And so, you know, you're taking one weekend out of the year and you're honoring your past, but you're also honoring those present, and then you're also honoring those in the future. And so what you're doing is you're making this weekend your reunion weekend for NASCAR. Taking that one weekend, celebrate your heroes of the sport, past, present, future. And you know, I think the teams, the entire sport has really gravitated towards that. You get the paint schemes, you know, whether it be a throwback STP or a throwback Miller Lite or
I'm sure you know this. The teams they have this race circled on their calendar.
Oh, they do.
They love to get to wear the white pants and the shirts.
The old retro stuff. I'll never forget it. It was a year or so ago, not this Daytona 500, but last Daytona 500. I'm walking through the garage. We're talking about February, okay, in Daytona. Eddie Wood, who owns one of the owners of Wood Brothers, comes running across the garage and says, "Hey man, we already got our throwback paint."
Yeah, they're excited.
And this was in February.
They're excited.
And so they're excited about that. You get a lot of the I tell you where it's interesting too, you get a lot of the sponsors that haven't been in the sport for a while. And here recently, Denny Hamlin, in fact, unveiled his car for the race, and it was a throwback to his days of short track racing in Virginia. And, you know, FedEx partnered up with him for them to be able to do that. You know, Mars has partnered up with Kyle Busch. He's doing an Ernie Irvan throwback paint scheme with the Skittles car.
That's cool.
It's really neat to see the teams embrace this. The drivers love it, the sponsors love it, and more importantly, the fans love it. And so every time you get one of these throwback paint schemes to come out publicly, it just, I think it just ratchets up the experience and ratchets up the excitement that you have getting ready for your race weekend.
And speaking of kind of giving this throwback, these chairs are not brand new. Where are the chairs from?
Well, I tell you what, we do the best we can with our resources.
Yeah.
But these seats came in from, some of these seats came from Daytona. Some of these seats came from Kansas. The bleachers we got from, I think, either Martinsville or Richmond. And so it's combining your resources in your sister tracks to be able to be able to pull off a project like this. But I can tell you this, without question, these are so much better than the old metal seats. 18-inch bottom for those seats is what we had, and these have gone up to about 22 inches. So that's a much better experience. Plus, being able to sit on a metal seat in the heat of summer, Labor Day at Darlington can be a little trying. So, we get materials from some of the other tracks that have had recent projects, and so, you know, a lot of these seats came from Daytona, a lot of these seats came from Kansas, but it's such a greater enhancement to what we've had, and the angle of sitting up here is so much better than it was before. I think our fans are really going to like it.
I really like how you guys have combined from other raceways and speedways.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
Again, maybe that's part of our throwback mistake.
There you go.
Throwing it back. We're making sure that, you know, fans that can come here say, hey, you know what? I'm sitting in a seat that was at Daytona. Who knows who won that Daytona 500 in that seat I'm sitting in? So that does add a little bit more of the throwback element to it.
So if the seats weren't the only thing you guys did, there were a couple of other little pieces. What else have you guys done?
Well, we put in handrails all through the facility. We didn't have those previously. We improved some of the bathrooms and concession stands across the backstretch in Colvin. We widened the aisles here.
Okay.
We dressed up the scoring tower up here behind you. We fixed that up, and then we've got the wall of honor that's going in across the backstretch and then the front stretch that honors all 49 Cup drivers that have won here at Darlington. And so, it's just a consortium of improvements that we've done, all the while, though, keeping that throwback mystique top of mind. We don't want to lose that.
I can't wait to see the Pit Crew Hall of Fame.
Pit Crew Hall of Fame.
We're working on that.
We're
working on it.
You're going to get in there, Rocko. You'll be in there, trust me.
Now listen, I said I hadn't been to a race yet, and I know that there are other people who haven't been as blessed to come either. So where can people get tickets?
I tell you what, probably a couple of the easiest way to get tickets is get online.
Okay.
www.darlingtonraceway.com. We've got a wide variety of packages, ticket packages, hospitality. We're putting on a really cool Saturday night event with some of the great legends of the sport. Or you can call 866-459-7223. And you'll get right into our ticket office. We got some of the nicest, most hospitable, service-oriented folks in there that will take care of your needs. And that is one thing I will tell this. I'll brag about our folks. They take care of the folks that come and want to watch the race. And so it's a lot of them known by first name. We have fans that come back year after year after year. But we get fans from all 50 states, 14 foreign countries. And so you're looking at a melting pot of fandom that's going to be here on our property here in about 10 or 12 days. And so we really look forward to that.
So it's a throwback of service and a throwback weekend.
Absolutely, and we never want to lose that here at Darlington. We had the governor here a while back. He was dedicating the opening of the seats. And he said, South Carolina is a handshake state. And we believe here at Darlington we're a handshake racetrack. And we want to continue that for many, many years.
Well, thank you on that note for having us. I'm going to leave you with this one.
What, you need to come to Darlington.
Okay.
If you don't come to Darlington, I tell you what, I'm going to call you out.
Please do.
All right, and speaking of call-outs, I'm going to let him handle his thing, and I'll be back.
Okay. Tell me about these Gamecocks. You're a prior athlete at the Gamecock. You graduated from the university?
I wasn't an athlete now. I worked at the university. I worked there for 20 years.
Okay.
At the University of South Carolina. I was the Associate Athletic Director for Media Relations. So I was there from 1985 to 2005. So I bleed garnet and black. I do. I didn't go to school there, but I worked there for 20 years and just love the school, love the university. I love the state of South Carolina. I've lived here since 1985. Even when I went to work for NASCAR, I stayed in the state. I lived in Fort Mill, South Carolina. So I love being in the state of South Carolina.
You know he has things to do. He's the president of Darlington
We're talking
Raceway.
Pit Crews. We're talking football.
You're going to yap his ear out.
We're talking good stuff here, my man, Rocko.
He's got throwback things to do.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Thank you so much.
I need to find out where you get those shoes, though. We're
going to have to order you a pair.
Give me a pair.
My Darlington specials. I wore these just for today.
Thank you again for joining us. We'll be back with more MRN Crew Call right after this.
Citywide to countryside, whatever you drive, wherever you go. Hercules Tires has the value, selection, and industry-leading warranty to get you there, no matter where the road takes you. To learn more, visit HerculesTire.com. Hercules Tires, ride on our strength.
Clutch Coffee Bar in Mooresville, North Carolina is redefining the drive-thru coffee game in Race City, USA. The Clutch experience is quick, efficient, and personal. Unmatched customer service is the name of the game. Clutch Coffee Bar offers signature espresso drinks, classic coffees, custom-flavored infused energy drinks, smoothies, and more. With over 25 flavors, there's something for everyone. Visit our two locations in Mooresville, 356 Williamson Road and 154 West Plaza Drive. Open daily 5 a.m. till 9 p.m. Power up today with Clutch Coffee Bar.
Grunt style. The American fighting spirit is in everything we make. We are 500 patriots and veterans strong, bringing clothing manufacturing back to the United States of America. Always moving forward, never retreating, never giving up. We are Grunt Style, and this we'll defend. Get yours at gruntstyle.com or on the track this week at Darlington Raceway.
Welcome back to MRN Crew Call. My favorite part of the show is the Clutch Performer of the Week. Travis Mack is our winner. Former crew chief of Levine Family Racing, landed a job at Junior Motorsports for the number 5 Xfinity car. Congratulations, Travis Mack, and you picked a perfect time to win this award. Fall flavors are back at Clutch Coffee Bar, and the first flavor that he'll have the opportunity to experience is pumpkin at Clutch Coffee Bar. Congratulations, Travis Mack, our Clutch Performer of the Week.
Congratulations to our Clutch Performer of the Week. I hope you enjoy your Clutch Coffee Bar. I know I do all the time. Welcome back to MRN Crew Call. I'm Sammi Jo Francis.
And I'm Rocko Williams, feeling all nostalgic. I mean, the memories are flooding me, Sammi. I mean, I'm out here.
You've been to the Gatorade Victory Lane a few times.
Several times, numerous times. I mean, so many times I can't even count. I might not have, all right, it was 2 times.
Okay.
All right.
All right. I just wanted to make sure that we were getting that in there.
Yeah.
So tell me why this Victory Lane is a little different than other Victory Lanes.
Well, it's different because this Victory Lane is positioned in the middle of pit road. And you have some that are pretty close. They maybe offset pit road to the back or to the front.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a hike.
But I mean, it's right in the middle. And
Yeah.
especially what's really cool, imagine if you were pitting in one of the boxes on either side of this Victory Lane and you won the race. I mean,
You're just going right next door.
Yeah, you're eyeballing it. You know where you are. You know where you want to be at the end of the race. And you just come right in here.
This is kind of cool for the fans, since this is the renovations all about the fans.
It is.
You can see Victory Lane from, and not that you can't see it from other tracks, but it's a little more disguised.
It's always
backwards.
been here.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's keeping with the tradition, the history, the 70 years of this racetrack, that this Victory Lane has been here. So, I mean, you got to think of all the winners who have won and been right at the spot. NASCAR fans are very passionate. They're very loyal. They like that historic
That's why they like
aspect.
Throwback Weekend.
Yes, they do. They really do. So that's what makes it special, to answer your question. At the same time, you know, getting into the sport, I really didn't know how significant this race was. You know, not being a race fan prior, but the Southern 500, to the race fan and to the crew members and to the race teams who grew up doing this sport,
Right.
it's just a monumental race. It's a race that all of them want to check off. You have a few races that you want to check off on your list. You know,
What would those be for you?
You would win. You want to win Bristol at least once, of course. You know, we were just there last week. Kyle Busch won that. You know, and
Well, before the off week.
first of all, Kyle Busch did not win next week. I was setting you last week. I was setting you up, Sammi.
Listen.
Kurt Busch won.
Here's the thing. I'm just so used to a Busch brother being in
Yeah,
Victory
and
Lane that it doesn't even faze me.
They definitely were, you know, and definitely Bristol. You want to win the Charlotte. That's the hometown race. You want to win the Brickyard 400. And of course,
I mean, I would want to win them all.
yes, and
Okay.
Daytona.
And Daytona, definitely Daytona.
But the Southern 500 as well, and I did not know how significant this race was until I pitted here for the first time. And as we alluded to earlier on pit road, we were doing 15 and 16 pit stops in one race. So to do all that work, to the drama and the storylines that come along with that
Yeah.
race, and to win it,
Yeah.
it just means a lot. The payday is pretty good as well, because I believe back in that time,
always helps.
Back in that time, we were getting paid per pit stop, so 15, 16 pit stops on top of your base pay. I mean, this was your money race for crew members back when I was pitting. You know, the system has changed.
Back in the Stone Age.
Yeah, the system has changed since then, but when you're paying me per pit stops, I'm hoping the caution comes out every 10 laps.
Well, a big thank you to Carrie Tharp for having us at Darlington Raceway. We hope all of you get a chance to come out here and see the great renovations for the fans.
Yep.
Incredible visibility up there. We got to see it firsthand.
Yeah, we did.
Thank you for joining us. We will see you next week on MRN Crew Call.